Hello, Paul here, K8IO, and I just wanted to show my Hallicrafters S200 Legionnaire. Bought it at the Dayton Hamvention, didn't give a whole lot for it, and brought it home, plugged it in, it didn't work. Had to replace the number 47 light bulbs at each end to get the tube string to come to life. The way this radio is designed, it's basically a 4-tube radio. The old 50C5 and some other tubes and the strings in series, and that gives you the operating voltage. And without the LEDs, or I'm sorry, not LEDs, without the light bulbs, number 47s in place, wouldn't pass enough current to get the tubes to really light up right. So that was problem number one. Problem number two was the filter capacitor. The radio was humming once I got it working. So I took the old orange multi-section capacitor. It had 4 sections in it, and I was able to, it was a big, I don't know, maybe 1 inch in diameter, and gee, I guess maybe 2 or 3 inches tall. And took that apart, put it on my workbench, and popped the old capacitor out of the inside of it and stuffed it with some discrete components. Put a little flex seal in the bottom of it to hold everything in place, and everything's back up and working. I put 160 volt capacitors in. It originally had 150. So that's been done. I changed a couple of the Sprague capacitors underneath the paper. I'm told they're paper, although the ones that came out tested just fine. 600 volt. I also grounded the chassis, and I put on a 3-prong plug. You'll notice it has a 3-prong plug. That black cord is the one. And that red wire is the 30 inches of clip lead I'm using for an antenna on shortwave. I tried grounding the chassis because this was originally an AC/DC radio. It doesn't have a transformer. So if you put the plug in wrong with the original 2-prong non-polarized plug, you could put 120 volts on the chassis, which Hallicrafters has done a nice job of isolating the plastic knobs and everything to try to keep John Q. public from getting zapped by the radio. I'm not necessarily a fan of that, so there's some plastic isolation and insulators inside, and to me it's just kind of cheesy. So the 3-prong cord made sure everything stayed polarized properly, and the green wire is tied to the chassis. When I did that, it hummed pretty badly, and in experimenting I found that a 0.89 microhenry toroid inductor in series with the green wire cleaned up the problem. So it's got about 1 ohm of internal resistance, still a nice safety ground for the radio. Let me turn it up, let you hear it. This is WLW. It's after midnight here on the 4th of August, and I'm in Ohio.
The thing would have went out of path and would have went up over the sidewalk and hit somebody on the sidewalk. So, and those components were made in Mexico, and somebody didn't do their job right. Yeah. And that's what caused the store for us. That price is probably innocent. Okay, I wouldn't want to fix that.
So, there's a station, maybe 720 out of Chicago. As you can see, it does pretty well on. So let's go up in the shortwave band, see what's up there. It's a little late. There we go. Little jazz there. So, anyhow, that is the Hallicrafters S200 Legionnaire. And by the way, the antenna I'm using is those clip leads. So that's all there is for an antenna. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed my tour of the S200 Hallicrafters Legionnaire 738 IO.